All right. Good morning. 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 It's loading and then we get started. Record things. Eventually we'll have full assistant to help me with all this. Okay, we have a couple AIs in the chat, so we're not gonna let AIs come in. We only want to work with real people today. All right, so just real people. So, well, welcome everybody. I want to personally welcome you for being here today. I have something very, very special today. I've been working on this presentation for a little bit. I started about 2 weeks ago, never really finished it. And today, because we're on the topic of pitch making, and we're on this topic of money, we're on this topic of I didn't sleep early last night. I slept just on time, about 11 o'clock or so. But I've come up with some things that I want to share with you that I've actually never shared, even with my amazing, wonderful clients like Larissa and Regency. And so I want to welcome you here. What I'm going to share with you today, I want you to take a piece of paper, take a pen, write things down. If you know of somebody that can benefit from this, I want you to invite them. This will be recorded and but makes a big difference when you're in live. So we're here to amplify you. All right, awesome. So streaming, we're live, we're recording it, so everybody can have it. All the amazing, wonderful clients. So welcome. So we're continuing from yesterday. We're continuing from, as a matter of fact, from when we started on Monday. So if you're just coming in here the first day, this is the first time, you didn't miss out. We have them. Just reach out and we'll get the recordings to you. But I want you to get this favorite pen of yours and write some things down because it's gonna make a difference, okay? And as you come here, and if it's your first time, just put in the chat who you are, what you do, how you help people. I want you also to network with each other, okay? So, just a quick question for, is the music in the background a bit too loud or is it okay? Lower it down a bit.
It's okay now.
Okay, now I haven't lowered it down, but I'll lower it down a
Yeah.
little just in case because I want my voice to be the one, not the,
Mm.
okay?
I actually like the music, but you're right. The sound of your voice is what we need to hear.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I want you to hear the sound today. So, all right. So I'm going to share with you something. And we're going to get going on this money idea on image and really take the imagination to that next level. So, and again, I just came up with this presentation, so it's not fully developed. You already know about me, so I'm not going to tell you much about me. You already know that. You can go everywhere and see more of what's happening and watch that online. So we're going to skip a couple of these slides, but I really want to show you some of the things that on who have been helping. And when I told the team to check who has been around, who has benefited from this over the past 2, 3 years, and it turned out to be more than 4 countries. And it's just incredible, and then they work everywhere: GE, Magna, C-Suite, Mary Kay, ASD. And I'm just excited at them. I mean, we can fill pages and pages of stuff. And this is just not to impress you, this is to impress upon you that you have this as well. This power that I'm sharing with you, you have it too. Okay. So all right, so let's do it. We need the iPad, right? So let's share the iPad and we're sharing it's connected. Perfection. All right. And I have my pen. So where were we yesterday? We left you with the visualization process, and hopefully you did what I asked you to do. Hopefully you managed to do it at least one more time in the evening. If you didn't, that's okay, but do know that it was your paradigm that stop you from doing whatever I ask you to do. And it's okay. Don't give yourself a hard time. Just be here, okay? So today, as we go along, I'm gonna mix all these topics from here to here together. We're gonna focus on this and what you can do, right? So we've been talking a lot about the will and faith and imagination, and we did that exercise yesterday. But today I'm gonna mix it all together, and it's just gonna start making a lot more sense. Okay, it's gonna start making a lot more sense. Let's do. So you can say basically we're gonna focus here, but it all builds up. Now I've asked you to think of a goal. I'm gonna stop. I've asked you to think of a goal, and hopefully you've understood the idea of a big goal, understood the idea of like a serious goal that can really knock your socks off, right? Like I want something that is really big. I want something that is out there. I want something that you've never done before. It's what we call as a C-type goal. So for those who are my clients, you already know what that is. For those who are not, uh, it's not something that you just need to eat. It's not just something that you need to kind of just survive. It's something that you've never ever done before. You've never had. It's scary and exciting at the same time. For a lot of us, we want to go there because we've been doing this professional development for a while. So, and when we have this annual income in a month, we have this $100,000 in a month. And yes, it is that much money. It is because we want to give more. So we want more. So I want you to think of what is this big thing that you visualized yesterday? What's this? What did you think about? Like, and how serious are you about making it happen? Okay. And like I said, we've been focusing on the will. This is what we're engaging inside of you right now. This is what we're learning, and this is what you're going to learn as soon as you get to anywhere from lesson 1 to 5. By the time you get to lesson 5 and thinking into results, you will understand how this works. Now, the beauty of this is you have all these. Inside of you, you have perception. Inside of you, you have a will. Inside of you, you have imagination. Inside of you, you have memory. You have reason. You have intuition. The key is, are they activated? Have you activated yourself to the next level? Even if you are a client, right? And you've studied lesson 5, have you really started using your imagination right? Have you really been visualizing? Have you really been showing up at your best? Have you really been following your intuitional guidance? When spirit whispers something to you, have you been doing that, right? So that's what I mean. Because we want to go beyond the intellectual. You already have this information, but you're not doing anything with it. I already have this information. I'm not doing as much as I should. And that's the wake-up call. That's the wake-up call for all of us, right? So I've also mentioned that when you come to my world, this is what ends up happening, right? You start thinking of heroic stuff. You start thinking of big things, and then the idea is to support you. So it's to support you because you make a decision on this thing that you want, on this goal, but the resistance is so high. Your old self is so strong, right? This is a piece. This is just one page from Think and Grow Rich, right? So once you come up with this goal right away in lesson 1, right? That's kind of what you're gonna wake up every day and do. How are you gonna do it? Well, we're gonna get you to really do it by having a plan and moving in that direction. But you're also gonna get a community. You're gonna get a group. You're gonna get a group of people helping you with it. But you gotta stick with your mind. And some of you here that we've been texting back and forth, you see me sometimes sending you back to the beginning. You see me sometimes saying like, hey, don't stay focused, stay on this lane. We've already talked about it. So you got to stay on that lane because the paradigm and the old self is going to drift you away. So it's not just about information. It's about taking the knowledge, right? Taking the knowledge that we have from Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich and the law of success and implementing it in your life. You have to apply it. You have to apply. And that's what I want to do. That's why you're here. You're here to learn how to apply. The information is already out there, but you're here to apply. But what this visualization that we did yesterday, right? This time that we spent together with so far this week, right? What if you ask yourself this question? What if you can start today right? What if you can start today with having this C-type goal and somebody supporting you along the way? What if you start exchanging with me, say, hey, man, this is what I'm working on. Is this real? Is this what I should be doing? This is where I am. This is what I've done. I don't want an A-type goal. I don't want a B-type goal. An A-type is something you know how to do already. You've done it before. It's the same car that you have. You don't buy another same car. You buy something different. If you're living in a one-bedroom house, you don't buy another one-bedroom house. You buy something more nicer, more exciting. So we don't want A-type goal. We don't want, we want a C-type goal. What if you can have somebody like myself supporting you on this journey? What if you start getting 100% support? Like everybody wants support, but are you getting it? But what if you can start getting this? What if you can start getting this support? What if you start getting this group support that we're talking about here, a friendly alliance? So you see, I don't just talk about things, I'm going to give you these things, right? What if you can start having a group like here where you can exchange ideas and bounce things together? What if you can get on a run with me for 30 days doing this? Where would you be in 30 days if you stick around? Do you ever go to a high-end restaurant and like beyond the 5-course meal? Because there's many 5-course meals, but there are some like 7-course meals, and you get the royal treatment. Have you ever had the royal treatment and private treatment? You ever had like a first class in a plane? Have you ever seen how they give you a menu and you get food before everybody even goes in? You're already seated. You already have a blanket. You have a pillow. You have a glass of champagne or private first class treatment. You have to start treating yourself like this if you want to get to that next level that's demanding this kind of income. That's the kind of coaching you need to get. That's the kind of treatment you have to start treating yourself. You can't just keep thinking about it. You have to start doing it. And that's what I'm going to provide for you, right? Now, when you come and start studying this material right away within the first 30 days, you're going to learn in lesson 1 with me how to do this goal setting and achieving. Like a serious type kind of goal. 2 weeks you spend on it. And you're just going to set the goal. We're going to start talking about it. We're going to start visualizing it like we did yesterday. You're going to actually start seeing yourself in that. And then 2 weeks later, we're going to start what we call doing something about it. I'm going to be texting you about it. How many messages you've sent? Are you taking the action? Are you doing the gym? Are you, whatever is that goal, right? I want you to learn how to sprint with me for 30 days, right? I have many things online that you can just do by yourself, but you're not going to do it by yourself. Now, this is what you get fairly quickly as you come about to study this kind of material with me. I know when I first started to study with Bob, I wanted the royal treatment. I really wanted everything. I wanted a big goal. I wasn't doing very well. I was doing okay financially, kind of thing, but mentally I wasn't doing well because I wasn't where I wanted to be on this track of income, on this track of feeling good every day. I just was not. And I needed somebody to help me. And that's kind of what happened. I decided to go all in, and he started helping me with all these things that I'm sharing with you today. Now, for you to start a new life, you have to let go of the old life. Most of us wants this new life of achieving goals, growing, but we wanna keep this old one. You have to get rid of this old one. You have to let it go. And that's why you have to really upgrade everything. How you sit, how you eat, how you stand, who you hang around. Now, if you want this kind of treatment for your life, you have to stick around. You have to stick around. Now, most of you would think, oh, let's get to this goal. All right, let's get to this goal. Get to this goal. So most of you have been just kind of collecting information like we talked yesterday. We're putting it all in here. Intellect, right? Into 2 L's, I think 2 L's. But we know by now, you should know by now, and if you don't believe it, just believe it, that this has 98% control. And that's what I'm going to teach you how to do. This visualization that we do, this imagination, this will I talk about, this memory, it's all what this guy is doing. This is what's putting your body into the motion so that you can start having better results. Okay, this is what we need to do. This is what we're going to focus on, because a little change in here is going to change a lot. If you just get another book, like what I showed you in this picture here, it will just be just another book that's here. And that's not what we want. You have to start refusing new information. You already have the information. You're not applying, or you're not taking this the most recent information and changing your paradigm. We're going to teach you how to do that. That's what we're doing right now. That's what we're going to do today with this image making. Because for a new result, you're going to need a new image of you, a new image of where would you be when this goal is starting to move in the right direction. That's what I'm talking about. You're going to need that support because you won't do it by yourself. I know that for sure. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it a little bit more. Let me see which page I want to put you on, and then we're going to talk about it more. So I think this is a decent page to stay on. You are here. You're getting certain results right now, and you've told me you want to improve them. Now, how are we going to improve them with this visualization, this imagination, and how powerful is this image making, right? So we talked about focus. We talked about the will. We talked about how we can put them all together to have a clear path to get to this next level goal. You have to become a powerful image maker. You have to become a powerful person that can transfer these images into reality. You may not believe it, that everything is in your world right now. We've actually imagined it before and it became real. Now, in life, a lot of us, 95% of the people who are stuck, there's two kinds. Those who are stuck and those who are not stuck. So there are those who visualize and those who don't visualize. The 95% are not visualizing what they want. It's happening automatic, but we're waking you up. You're waking up to start learning how to visualize and make it happen, right? There's one example that I gave, and I think I'm going to mention it again. It's like that leaf in the wind. You ever seen a leaf in the wind? You know, if there's a leaf falling down from a tree, it just goes any way the wind blows. It just goes this way, and then it goes that way, and then it goes this way. And you don't want to be like that. You want to start creating the world that you want. When you go into a meditation, when you go into a visualization, you want to start on purpose visualizing this thing that you want. You have to start becoming curious. Now, most of you are here. You need to know why you're here. I know why I'm here. I think Rajitsi knows why she's here. Larissa knows why you're here. The rest of you, we haven't had a one. Do you know why you're here? Like there is something that you really want. You want more money, probably. You want more food. You want more income. You have to start asking these questions and become curious. Why are you here? Most of the clients that come to me at the beginning, they don't know these ideas. But when they start learning how to visualize and you do this image work, they'll start feeling that change. They'll start feeling better. They'll start showing up better. And it's all because it's happening in your mind. Now, this, what I'm sharing with you, has worked for me huge, and many of the clients as well, which is, we can show some examples if we want to, but so in your mind, you're probably thinking, well, if this works for Kamal, if this works for Kamal's clients, would it work for me? And the key is to test it. I tell everybody, don't believe anything I say. Your job is to test it. Because you've already been to so many courses, you've already been to so many books, there's so many self-help books out there, programs. Your job is to test it to see if it works for you. Your job is to do what you're being shared with, and if intuitively it feels right, because I'm going to tell you the truth, I have no reason to lie, is to test it for 30 days and see where you would be in 30 days. And start betting on yourself, like what Les Brown told me. He goes, Kamal, you're winning because you're betting on yourself, or you're willing to bet on yourself for 30 days. But you have to keep your mind open. If your mind is closed,
You're not going to allow this imagination and this next world to happen. If you close the mind, you have to open up your mind to accept some new ideas and start being curious. Nikola Tesla, I think I mentioned him a couple of weeks ago in another session. He said, if you want to find the secret to the universe, if you want to find the secret to this next level goal, if you want to find the secret of how to get to this higher frequency and vibration, as Nikola Tesla, I mean, this is not me, this is a genius. He said, thinks in terms of energy, frequency, and vibrations. And that's what you have here on the screen. What you have here on the screen, you're thinking at this level, and this is the goal that you want is at a much higher level. Much higher level. That's why you don't have it. And Nikola Tesla says, think in terms of energy, vibrations, and frequency. What the heck? So how do you elevate? How do you start doing that? How do we start going up so we can have more? And there's always more. Some people's goals are here, some are here. Just like that chart I showed you earlier, like, maybe 1 million, maybe a relationship, whatever. But how do we start moving? He said, think in terms of energy, vibrations, and frequency. Well, how do we do that? Well, I'm going to show with you how. I'm sharing with you how right now. So everyone, most of my clients that come to me, they've already been in so much personal development, and it takes a little bit to get rid of the old stuff and start building the new stuff. Because, like I said, you have to let go of the old life and start a new life. And pretty much they all want better results. And I hope whoever is here that you're not clients, that you want better results as well. If you don't want better results, I don't know why you're here. I want better results and I want bigger results. So it's all about this thing that I'm talking about, the imaging, the mental image. Can we get a better mental image of what you want? This imagination that we did yesterday, can we get a better picture of what you want? How do you develop it? Can you hold this picture on your mind? Now, one of my clients that I want to share his story today, when he came to me, and I think I can pull it up, but maybe I won't. Maybe I should. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Yeah, I should probably do that because the examples would really solidify the results for you. And I want you to see that. I think he's here in this PDF. So, yeah. So, well, he's not, Carlos is one of the guys. Yeah. So when Carlos came to me, he had been in business for like 20 years. But he was frustrated. He wasn't happy with his job, wasn't feeling good, very, very, very negative about what's going on. He's always wanting a house, always wanted a better, higher promotion, and just couldn't do it. So I started teaching him this exact same thing that I'm teaching you. And in under 3 to 4 weeks, he started to feel the traction. Long story short, he's now got his own brand new home down in Phoenix. He's never owned a home like that in the United States for 20 years. He's got a pool in the backyard. He's got a beautiful job. He got promoted. He's now in charge of all across the United States with Magna, just with what I taught him. And then for the rest of the 3 months that he was with me, he studied on his own. His travel didn't even allow him to come to the group classes. See, a lot of you are in the group. He only did with me the first 3-4 weeks, honestly. And then for the last 4 months, he just did on his own because he was traveling all the time. But he accepted an idea. He opened his mind. Now, how does a guy go for 20 years, not feeling good, not feeling happy about his marriage, about his kids and what's happening, and then switches, and then gets a promotion, and then gets a brand new house? He's had all this opportunity all along. He just didn't know how to get there. And that's why I'm sharing this with you, because you can have the same. Richie, he's not here on the screen. Narjis is here. She's a brand new client, but I'll let you talk to her about her experience. But Richie came to me. He's an accountant. You probably see him on my website, and he's on LinkedIn as well. Frustrated with his job, barely making $40,000, $50,000, I think. Accounting and tax, everybody needs it. I said, Richie, it's not the job, it's not the people, it's you. We started doing the same thing. In under 2 months, he switched. By the third month, he quit his job, started his own business. He told me last year, this is about 6 months ago, that he's 4 times his income. And he opened a brand new company. I just met with him a week ago. He said, Kamal, I lied to you. I said, what do you mean? He goes, it didn't just 4 times my income. I just doubled it again. So how do people go from where they are to where they are now? Is by what I'm teaching you right now. That's how. So I told Richie I need a new testimonial then, because on the one we have, he said 4 times the income. Because now he's like doubled it again. So it's just incredible. It is just incredible with the same information, the same information. Now, the key is, are you willing to go along the journey, right? Because if you're not willing to let go of what you have, you're not ready for the new. Some people are happy being miserable. Some people are happy with the old story. Some people are happy with you know, and it doesn't really matter what you do. It's up to you. If you want to move your income 10 times, 5 times, is how serious you want to take it. Now, can you start making a mental picture of the man or the woman who you want to become? Is that clear? Who is the man or the woman you want to become? Is that clear? I had to do that. That was the biggest thing that I worked on with Bob and a couple of his elite mentors. Who is the man that I wanted to be? How did I want to look like? How did I want to show up? That image, because we think in images. It didn't matter that I was working in a steel plant. It didn't matter that I was greased up all day long. It didn't matter that my hands were bruised in the middle of the night and it's freaking cold and freezing. In my mind, what did I have on my mind? What image did I have of my mind? Now, I'm going to ask you the question. What image do you have of you, who you want to become? Who's the man or the woman you want to become? It doesn't matter if you're poor right now. It doesn't matter if your car sucks. It doesn't matter if you're living in a tin house. I want in your mind what you're thinking about. How clear is that goal? See, it doesn't matter how visible it is now. It's you have to get a hold of this thing that your imagination and your mind is creating the reality you're living. I go back to this other picture, this one. Your imagination, whatever is happening here is creating your results. So that's why I'm asking you, what are you thinking about? What is the image that you're holding right now all the time? It doesn't matter that you don't have money. It doesn't matter that your house is tiny. It doesn't matter that you don't even have a job. It doesn't matter that you're struggling. You know, you're getting soup on the soup kitchen and getting little coupons for food. I don't care about that. You have to do it to survive and do whatever it takes. But what is the image that you're holding on your mind? For me, that's what it took. Bob and his 2 elite mentors, they kept saying, come on, who is the man and the woman you want to become? Act like the man, act like the man, act like the man. Show up, show up, show up. Keep doing it, keep doing it. And that's the repetition. That's the power of repetition. Now, these stories that I shared with you about the ones on the screen are real. And I have no reason not to be real, right? So I want you to understand that every one of you can get these kind of results. Every one of you can. And then how do we know that? Why would Bob, who's passed away now, obviously, as you know, have it on his website, tell me what you want, I help you get it? Why would he say you're all born free? Why would he say you're all born rich? You got to question that. Like, he's not going to lie. He doesn't have a reason to lie. I don't have a reason to lie. But why would they say that? You have to understand this point. Because if you don't understand this next point, it's going to be more difficult to progress further. Because I know how you feel. I know how you are it doesn't matter if you're a client or not. I know where you are in your goal. For you to get to that next goal, you have to understand this concept very, 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 very well. You have to understand how to use the creative process. And the creative process involves using your mind, involves getting hold of this image making that you're making internally. What images are you making every day of yourself? What images are you creating all the time? Not just in the morning when you write your goal and at night. That's the minimum. You have to just get there. If you do that and you believe it, it's more likely it's going to happen. If you never do it, you're never going to happen. But most of the day, what are you doing? How are you using your mind? And that's why Bob could say that on his page. That's why Napoleon Hill says that in his book. See, the day I met Bob and his team, that was the day that things have started to change for me, because I started seeing a bigger version of me. I had 5 degrees already. But the day I met him, he lent me the belief that this is possible. That stuck in my mind. And he said, who is the man you want to become? And you have a mind, just like I have a mind. And he said, stop comparing other people to yourself. Because as soon as you compare somebody to you, you lower yourself. You think they're better than you. Nobody's better than you. You are amazing the way you are. You have amazing gifts. The key is, are you using it? Are you willing to bet on yourself? Because many of you, and including myself, we've been in professional development for a long freaking time. I mean, 24 years for me, 5 degrees, Carnegie certificates, MBAs. Wasn't doing what I wanted. I wasn't feeling the way I wanted. But the day I met Bob, that's the day when I said yes to myself. That's the day when I said yes to the power of my mind that's always been available. I just didn't know. You don't know. You think you know. So I want you to start taking your mind seriously. This mind business is serious. You probably hear the word mindset. We have no idea what even that means. Your mind is already set. Why not just study the mind first? And let's set it the way we want, with the image that we want. That's what I'm teaching you right now. How could, let me show you this one actually. How could, let me bring it up. How could, what's her name? Trudy go from being broke. Let me bring it up. Hold on. It is going to be good for you to see this. I know this should be on the screen, but all right. So we're going to show you the picture now. Here we go. How could she be working for 18 years at Mary Kay? 18 years. It's a lifetime, almost like a quarter of a century. Never had a thing to show off at Mary Kay. She did the course. She spent some time with me. And she didn't even do that great of a job studying, by the way. I was not happy. I have a high standard. But she did it. You see that crown she's wearing? She's wearing a crown, right? You guys see the crown? Well, after studying thinking into results, she became the queen of Mary Kay. She became #1 in sales. That's 1 in a million. I think it's 900,000 something, 980, 960. I don't know. I don't know what the number, but it's somewhere in the 900,000. How could you become the #1 in sales after 18 years? In the 19th year studying this material, that's because she believed in herself. She started using her mind. She started visualizing. And she's like, Kamal, you don't understand, Kamal. I have to pay the bill. I don't care that you have to pay the bills. I don't care that you're divorced. I don't care that you have a miserable life. Think about the new life that you want. Think about the stage that you're going to be on. Think about how far you want to go. We all have miserable stuff happening to us all the freaking time. But that's where we're stuck. I want you to get unstuck. Let me see if I can get you the video. Because that would be the icing in the cake if I can find the video. It should be here. I think anyways, it should be here. Do we have a video? I think we do have a video somewhere. Documents. So I hope you don't mind because I just did this for this morning, so it's not like I had a lot of time to prepare. But I really want to show you what I think you need to see. Okay. Because you're always comparing yourself. You think, oh, if they did it, how can I do it? Well, she had the same problem as most of you. But she started seeing a bigger picture of herself.
Hi, my name is Trudy Tosh, and I'm super excited to share my video testimony with you on how the Thinking into Results program and working with Kamal with his expert coaching and mentorship made a difference with me achieving one of the biggest goals in my career. That's right. Last year, I set a goal to be the #1 in sales for Mary Kay Cosmetics last year. And you can tell by the crown on my head that I proudly was crowned Queen of Sales last year in Dallas, Texas. Not only did I achieve the goal, but I was able to share it with my 2 beloved teenage sons by my side. I think that truly made it all worthwhile. But I want to give Kamal the credit to mentor and train and coach me along the way. You know, people set goals all the time, but very few achieve them, especially big goals. So if you're looking to achieve a big goal next year, to grow and to stretch and to learn and to be in a different place than you are right now, I encourage you to look into the Thinking into Results program. And the coaching and mentorship truly did make a difference by working with Kamal. So thank you, Kamal. Thank you for allowing me to have the experience of being queen in sales and having my 2 sons see their mom achieve something big. And for all others that I have an influence over, because you truly can achieve and be the best version of yourself.
No, I think it's amazing and it's beautiful. And I think it's very special. But I also think every one of you is special. Every one of you can do this. Every one of you can achieve similar or better results. All depends on how well you want to imagine your stuff. How far are you willing to go? How far are you willing to bet yourself on this imagination, on this money thing? Today is a money thing. What are you thinking? Where do you want to be? How clear is the image? Where are you at now? Where do you want to go? When I met Bob, he said, where are you now, Kamal? There's 2 things you need to know. Where are you right now and where do you want to go? I wanted it clear, crispy clear. You see, when you want to send me a letter, if you ever send me, you don't send me the alphabets. You send me an exact letter. You actually write the words. Okay, it's the same idea. Where are you right now? Where do you want to go? Are you clear? Trudy became clear. Richie became clear, 4 times his income. I became clear when I met Bob. I became very clear when I met Bob. This is what I used to look like. Waking up 3, 4, 5 in the morning, tired, going to freaking steel plants. This is how I used to work. How did I change? I changed the day I met Bob.